Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Friday morning. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Friday morning, guys. I want to speak to you guys really quickly about why God may, all caps, may be calling you in the fast, and two, temptation. Let's start with temptation. I think that'd be a little more quicker. So, because so many of you are disconnected and you've just released the outcome to God, which is such a beautiful place to be because it's not overtaking your day all day with all these thoughts and all this and that. You fully surrendered finally, because typically we'll say things like, I surrender it to God, I trust God, but we're really still holding on to it. It's still that heaviness of keep checking back and forth to see where God is, like he needs our help. But many of you have fully surrendered because there's a grace again. There's a grace that has helped you to surrender. And I mean, you surrendered it seriously. You're not even like checking back. Seriously. Well, with that being said, don't get too comfortable to the place where you forgot some of the things that God told you initially, things that you are not to do, things you are to do. Because if you're not careful, because that desire is not so strong, you can kind of get lax in certain areas. But then there were things that God specifically told you that you are not to do in the process, on the journey. And the enemy is trying to wipe those things out of your mind. This is why you got to stay tapped in, because God will always bring it back to you. The enemy will tempt you in the area, something that God specifically told you not to do, because it will be detrimental to the promise. So you may have already signed up for something or agreed to something, but you're going to get convicted to say, hey, regardless if you have this desire, this strong desire or not, the promise still stands. And the things that I told you to do and not to do, that still stands regardless of how you feel, right? It's a pact that we made. So be careful, because that one temptation, that one thing that the enemy is going to tempt you to do is going to be detrimental to the promise. Remember, it's not about feelings. It's not about what you feel, what you don't feel. It's not about emotions. It's about staying connected to that promise. Next thing I want to, God may, all casts, may be calling you on a fast. Some of you on a fast. This is not for everybody. Take it back to God, right? Some of you who are dealing with health issues, this can look like maybe high blood pressure, diabetes. I don't know. God didn't really download any specific thing, but diabetes definitely was downloaded clear as day. But maybe some other issues too. I don't even know. But if God is calling you on a fast, now here's what I heard, right? Just in general for me, and I was asked to share this, but again, it may not be for you, especially if you have other health issues, things like that. You gotta hear from God for yourself. I heard 3-day water fast, but this is going to literally reset some areas that the enemy may be targeting when it comes down to your health. This can also look like issues where the doctors can't find anything that's wrong. It can look like your blood work is normal, your AC1 is normal, all that stuff is normal, but there's something in your body, because everybody knows their body, so there's something in your body that just does not feel right. But then the doctor is saying, well, I mean, your blood work is fine. This is fine. I mean, we can't find anything, right? God may be calling you on a 3-day water fast or dry fast. Again, take it back to God, where he's going to reset some things that has been out of order. Also, some of you who, listen, okay. Some people believe in witchcraft. Some people don't. Some people believe that at the end of the day, you're a child of God, you're covered by the blood. Now, here's my belief. This is just my stuff, right? No facts. I believe witchcraft can't take you out, right? Witchcraft cannot cannot abort God's blessings and plans for your life. However, I believe it can stir up some things. It can cause delays, especially if I'll get into that. But it can cause delays. It can cause aggravation in different areas, and it can cause some things to be shifted internally inside of you, like when you can't figure out why your body feels so off, and the enemy can't even the doctors can't even find anything. Now I do, but it can't take you out. It can't touch you. But personally, I believe that demonic realm and them witches and warlocks, and if you're listening here, I bind you up in the name of Jesus. You better know what you're playing with, because I promise you, if you try that nonsense on me or any chosen one, that thing is going to be reversed, and you can't figure out why one day you're jogging and your head is rolling off behind you. Play. Listen. Being the visionary that I am, I promise you, I literally just saw that picture, and I don't even know where it came from, because that was not cute. But I literally just saw the picture of someone jogging, and literally their head just fell off like a pumpkin. So it's like I saw this vision of a pumpkin that was tumbling behind them as they kept jogging. Play with it. Play with it if you want. You better be careful when you messing up with God's people. I don't think people really know what they be dealing with, right? But anyway, I do believe it can really cause some issues, but it can't touch you in the sense of taking you out or anything like that, but it can cause some issues. So for some of you, right, with these beautiful pure hearts, and you can never, ever in your life do no foolishness like that. Everybody is not like you. Everybody doesn't have that heart posture like you. Some people want you to move out of the way. Some people are upset because there's such a joy and light in your spirit. Some people are upset that other people love you the way they love you when they hate you. So you can't be in denial that you have some very demonic witches and warlocks out here who is not happy for the life that God has blessed you with. So in monitoring spirits, and truth be told, not half of them, but some of them on your page watching you. This is why you got to be very, very careful about what you share. This is why many of you, God has literally convicted you to be quiet about certain promises, right? Different reasons on why to be quiet about it, but you can't be coming on social media sharing certain things, certain promises that God has. You got to be very, very guarded. But God will always convict you on what to share and what not to share, because you have people who are literally watching you. Look at your numbers. Look at your numbers. You will have 15,000 views and you will have 9 likes. You will have 4 comments. Like, even something's coming up. My birthday post. My first birthday post. I think that video probably have, I think maybe it's 3 or 350, something like that. And it's like, but that's a birthday post. So all these people are viewing it. And I mean, you don't have to comment on just the average video. I mean, that'd be great for the support. But all these numbers, and you can't even say happy birthday? Like, that's very alarming, right? That's very alarming. So I say that to say, and if none of you if you're listening and you didn't tell me happy birthday, please, I'm not, like, don't get in your feelings thinking like I'm directing that towards you, because there's not one particular person that's coming to mind. So don't let the enemy convict you in that area or cause confusion. I'm speaking as a whole. So when you are looking at all these numbers, and granted, some people are just innocent. Some people just, they listen and they just, whatever. But there's still a certain number of people who are watching you to plot against you. They're waiting for you to slip up and say the wrong thing, right? They're sitting there and they're trying to really get private information into your private life. You have to be very, very careful. This thing is not a game. It's not a game. So God may, all caps, may be calling some of you, because you can have a person then try to put some old foolishness on you from afar, right? from afar. They may want your man, or they may know that whatever they had going on, their witchcraft can no longer work. So they know they're losing that man, right? And that man is about to come back home. Now they're trying to do everything to get you up out of the way. They know God is about to elevate you in certain areas, and they feel like they should be elevated. So now they're going to cause all kind of ruckus or attempt to. Right? You got to be careful. This thing is deep, and the man thing is petty. It goes way more deeper than that. Many people are just upset that certain people have the spotlight right now. Right? So when you feel, see, your body is going to always, your spirit will always alert you when something is off. So again, it can be a number of things. Maybe you open up a door yourself. Who knows, right? But take it back to God. And I mean, who really wants to go on the fast? Maybe some people love it. I don't know. But one thing that God has taught me is this: no matter what goes on, let it be in the demonic realm or the witchcraft realm or just whatever, no matter what goes on, no matter who tries what, no matter who, if you stay obedient to the conviction, God is very strategic. So God will always, always, always give you a download in a strategic way. And this is why they get so pissed, because they figure like, well, I've tried this, I've done this, and nothing works. Because if you stay connected, God will literally show you who, what, when, and where, and how to reset that thing, how to send it back. Blase, 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 blase. Play with it. Play with it. Wake up tomorrow morning and have a bunny tail. Play with it. You better know what you're doing. You better know what I carry. Point blank, period. It's your girl.